all equally torqued to proper spec.
Hi, I'm Tony Fast's daughter.
I'm Tony Fast's daughter.
I'm Tony Fast's daughter. Our family has been blessed to farm in Montana
For over 100 years now.
And it wouldn't be possible without the great team we have
and blessings from our Savior, Jesus Christ.
Hey everyone, welcome back. Winter. They're talking up to 14 inches of snow. It is Thursday today, March 21st. No snow forecasted tomorrow. Quite a bit of snow forecasted today. And then Saturday, Sunday, we're supposed to really get it. 14 inches total.
Is yesterday the first day of spring or is today?
I think it was 2 days ago. I don't know. It's supposed to be spring.
Yeah.
Which in Montana means it could be 4 seasons. Well, it is time to get back to this 370 project. There is the clutch all rebuilt. They showed me the plates in there. There's like friction fiber plates, which weren't wore too bad. But the plates, the intermediate plates that were in there were all warped. We're thinking it was low oil pressure that caused it to not apply brake, or pressure didn't release the clutch, the brake, whatever they call it. Hoping that the new O-rings would prevent that from happening again. They did test it with air there at the shop, and there's no leaks inside, so I think we're good to go. There's snow falling off the roof. All right, let's see if I can pinch my fingers now. This is gonna be really tough to get back center on. Do you see the comment that asked if Tim was my full-time mechanic?
Oh yeah. Like, feels like it.
Like when I'm not in the office, he is. Or when I am in the office, he is. Oh, look at that. Fits like a glove. A little blue shop rag in there for a little spacer. Hold my bolt out so I can get him started. I did drop the socket in there. Grabbed the wrong size like this, pulled it, click, right off the edge, down into oil. I had to go fishing for that when I took it all apart. Don't want to do that again. Well, the oil is drained, but can't get my arm in there anymore. So the new hydraulic tubes with the correct size O-rings on them. Just drop in here. Maybe. Here, snug.
12 seconds later.
Well, we gotta tear it all apart because to get this to go into this hole, it hits the 3-point rock shaft or whatever they call that thing. See? The angle won't go in the hole. Which is probably why the O-ring on this one was damaged before. Someone shoved it in there and forced it. So when I pulled this apart to take it to town, I could not get this one pulled up out of the hole. And the O-ring was stuck in the groove, that's why. So I ended up pulling this down anyways. I should have just thought of putting it up from the bottom to begin with, but I didn't. So here we go, tear it all back apart to do this. All right, so here we go, all tore apart. That's the tube that's up there. I gotta figure out where this one goes. Reaching in there. It's gonna be on that side somewhere. Feeling. There we go. Alright. So now that's in at least. Now we go back together. All right, there we go. Both tubes are in. Trying to put this thing back on. Don't worry about that dirty part. That's not where the O-rings are at. So we'll slip this in there. Probably should start that steel line on there first, coming from the side there, and then drop some bolts in.
I'm back to work on this 1-row unit that I pretty much beat my brains out trying to get that spindle out of there. New spindle, cleaned it up with some emery cloth, thought I was getting ready for a fight.
As it should be.
Why didn't it come out that way?
One word. Fertilizer.
Corrosion.
Corrosion.
Old. Well, it's not the worst window washing job I've ever done. Yeah, maybe it is the worst window washing I've ever done. But if you remember when this went to Husker Harvest Days and it came back and there was bugs splattered all over the front windshield from it being hauled down the road, I just soaked them with glass cleaner, let it sit for 15-20 minutes, and scrubbed them off, used a squeegee to wipe it off. The tractor obviously needs washed, so I didn't really want to do a superb job on the windshield because I'm going to hit it with a pressure washer. What have I done? Not much. No, changed the hydraulic oil filters or transmission filters, which are under here, and the other one over there. Got that done. Okay, so we decided that we would try some of these spike wheels for the closing wheels. So don't pay attention to that. That was me, but not near as bad as this one. So anyway, used wheels, but the bearing's good. So yeah, we're gonna give it a shot. Gonna put this less aggressive one on next. So took out all 15 bolts. Wheels aren't in that great a shape, but bearings are good and they should work for us. This is all of them right here. It's a good pile. So anyway, gotta take this rubber ring off, split them, and I don't know if you remember in the other video when I was doing the gauge wheels and you just throw them on the ground and they come apart. That doesn't work on these. Found that out. But it's kind of a trick. I'm sure I'm doing it wrong, but I got one. It worked. That's one way of doing it. Yeah. That's a dog toy now. And then got that groove. Yeah. Snaps right together. Then all you gotta do is line up your bolts. Stick your 15 some odd bolts back together. 1,500? 1,500.
15,000.
15,000. All right, got all my bolts in. All the nuts started. Obviously, we only use proper tools. All equally torqued to proper spec.
Morning. I gotta come see what the snow total is by now. It's deep in the boots. Right, 6.5 to 7 inches. I know some of that settled because it was just warm enough that it was melting in places. So at least 7 inches. That's cool. What was your guess? 7 it is. 6.5, but if I figure the settling, it's gotta be at least 7. Well, I am getting a seed count on this durum we cleaned here earlier this week. This is one of the varieties. We found these at a farm show in Canada. You do 250 wheat kernels at a time. So I'm gonna do like about 2,000 of them and then get the grams and figure out what the kernel weight is, 1,000 kernel weight, and then I'll have to convert that into our pounds and figure out how many pounds of seed we're gonna plant. Then I'll do, or first I better get a germ test on this stuff. So I'll do that, and then we'll know our percentage we need, and then figure out a seeding rate. So, works pretty good. Load it up. Are you so intrigued? Do you want to learn how to do this so you can do the next one?
I'm just looking at all the lasagna pellets.
I didn't pack a lunch the other day when I was cleaning seed. And I just do a handful of Durham in once in a while. I'm like, why don't we just boil Durham and have spaghetti? It'd be a lot easier to eat than long noodles. Right? It probably doesn't taste quite the same.
Why do you want to use this instead of just be like 1, 2, 3, 5? Oh, 1, 2.
Because we start over 10 times. Yeah. I'm also doing a tally here, so I know how many times I've dumped
that's smart.
All right, we'll dump our Durham in. Oh, we lost 3 kernels. So we got 71 grams and 2,000 kernels. So I went just to make sure my counting was accurate-ish. And 1,000 kernel weight in the trials was, this is on, I don't know, research something, 33.9 grams for 1,000 kernels. We'll have 2,000 kernels in there, so we're close. 71 grams is 2.5 ounces. So 16 ounces in a pound. Divided by 2.5. 6.4 times 2,000 seeds. 12,800 seeds per pound. I like them apples. I did use my conversion thing.
All right, well, the old Graco products. I don't know, we dug it out of the back, like I think I said this before. Anyway, we dug it out of the back. It's sitting in a 90-weight barrel. And we pumped it into the 370 because the book said it needed like 54 point some gallons for the whole system, which we drained. So we just pumped the whole barrel in, and it took 20 minutes or so. So that was super handy, because if not, we would have had to do it in 5-gallon buckets or 1-gallon buckets or 2.5-gallon jugs, and we would have still been working at it, not even halfway through. So anyway, going to check the level, assuming that I'll have to start it because I did filters too, let it run for a minute or two, kick this thing out the door. Hopefully. It'd be nice to get rid of this. It's been in here way too long. Well, after pumping it out in the tractor, that's maybe 2.5 gallons left in there, and that's not bad at all. 2 to 2.5. That's pretty good. So, pull the dipstick here and see what we get. Near as I can tell, it is a little over full, but like I said, starting it, it's going to transfer some of that oil around, move it around everywhere. So we're going to run it for a little bit and then check it again. No PTO fault. Perfect. Well, it's kind of hard to tell right now. You might need to let it set just a little bit more, but I think it's actually like right there. Just a hair below the max add or whatever. One other thing to check. We changed the oil like a week ago. I haven't been able to start it because there was no oil in the transmission. Oh, good. Engine oil's right on too. Favorite part of every service. Don't forget to grease it. Okay, the oil that I drained out of the barrel, put it into a bucket, it was like 2 gallons or so. Ended up putting that in, and it puts it right there, just slightly above the hash marks, but should be okay. So it's done. Okay, engine oil's good, hydraulic oil's good, engine oil's been changed, hydraulic oil changed, all filters changed. Filled it up with DEF, didn't spill any. big plus. And we're just about done, other than it needs a bath. And maybe vacuum out the cab floor. And we got from Ready, we did the blockage monitor thing. Do you see why maybe I think it needs a bath? Yeah. Anyway, we have the blockage monitor system that it went on that case distro, and Ready even sent all the stuff we would ever need for the iPad holder for the blockage monitor system, iPad holder, the RAM mount, even an extra RAM mount that you would put in the cab, which we actually already have one of those. So we'll just use what's here. Why not? And throw that on real quick and send it out the door. It will need fuel and a bath and should be ready to hook up and go, I think. Also in the box that came with the kit from Ready is iPad. Maybe it has Wi-Fi and we could watch YouTube videos while we're running the air seeder. And a case for the iPad. Oh look, it's red, like Ready. No. If you guys aren't doing this red for Ready, you should. And Matt, if you're not sending an iPad without Wi-Fi, or sending an iPad with Wi-Fi, so we can watch YouTube videos, please do. Okay, so the PTO brake is done. Engine oil changed. Transmission oil changed. Filters changed. Air filters blown out. Cab filter blown out. Two-way radio installed. iPad mount for the blockage monitor. I believe the 370 is done for service, spring stuff. Other than it needs a bath. I even vacuumed out the floor. I mean, it's not the greatest, but it's better than it was. I can't think of anything else that needs to be done to it. I think it's ready to go. Awesome.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching. And don't forget, farm hard, pray harder. See you next video.